everybody, how's it going? Doing good? That's what's up. I gotta let you guys know right away, I have a big mumbling problem. So if you try to talk to me after the show, good luck. I was mumbling to my sister the other day, and she was like, you know, mumbling's a sign of schizophrenia, right? I'm like, yeah, most people just say speak up. I don't know why you had to bring schizophrenia into this. Later that night, she texted me a link, famous serial killers who had schizophrenia. Didn't need this follow-up, but I read that article and they all had it. All the big ones, all the big boys had it, so now I'm worried, you know? A, like, will I start hearing voices? That's bad. But then B, what if the voices are also mumbling? You know how awful that would be? Like, I can't even understand the instructions on who to kill. I'm like, what did you say Ryan or Brian? Both? All right, fine. Gotta do whatever they say. I don't know what my sister's deal is. She caught me picking my nose, and she was like, you know, picking your nose is a sign of Alzheimer's, right? And I'm like, do you tell this to everybody? She was like, pretty much. I was like, you're an elementary school teacher. You're probably ruining children's lives as we speak. But yeah, I think mumbling's underrated. It gets a bad rap. I think it's underrated though, because it gives you 2 tries at every sentence. Right? People will be like, what'd you say? I was like, here's something better. I thought it through this time. You're gonna love it, I swear. But it happens all the time. Like, I was reading a book in the park, guy comes up to me and he's like, hey man, how's that book? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm not quite balls deep in it yet. And he said, huh? And I was like, I just started. I think part of the problem is that my voice sounds so boring. I sound like a sentient bran flake or something. Even people at work get mad at me. My boss is like, you gotta sound more excited at meetings, buddy. You gotta pep it up. I'm like, do you know what we do for work? We implement consumer data platforms at the enterprise level. If I ever sound excited about that, I'm gonna take some eternity leave, okay? I was looking up the other eternity leaves at my work, and we got a bonkers paternity leave policy. You get 6 months of it, which is a lot. That's like half a year. And you get it even if you adopt a kid. Sounds like a loophole to me. I saw that in the company handbook. I was like, where do you get a 17-and-a-half-year-old orphan? He'll drive himself to my apartment? That's perfect. So you think about it, that kid's had a horrible life. He's been stuck in an orphanage for 17 and a half years, you know, because he wasn't good enough at chess or whatever to escape. I'm plucking him out of there. We're going on the road, baby. Let's go on a road trip. Let's drive on Route 66. I want to see where they filmed Cars. Then the 6 months are up. I gotta go back to work, but now he's an adult. You're welcome. Okay. You have a job. You guys like jobs? I work from home, mostly just the from home part, but I work sometimes. And I wish I had a better apartment for it, because my apartment has this sign out front that says, units contain old world charm. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? And then I found out it's mice. They're of the old world, and they're in my apartment. And I hate it with their little feet, just skitter. I read online that the mice are only as afraid of you as you are of them. So if that's the case, we're both lying awake at night. Just quaking with fear. So I went to the trap store and I bought some mouse traps, and I laid them about town, and I didn't catch any mice. And I look at the box, and it's like, for maximum effectiveness, bait the traps with peanut butter. But here's the thing, I'm deathly allergic to peanut butter. So now it's either gonna be me or them. How come it's been like 100 years and we haven't found a nut-free alternative that mice like, you know? What if they really like Chobani? But I can't kill them anymore, so I think I'm just gonna do the next best thing. I'm gonna turn them into a ratatouille. Turn them into a ratatouille, we're gonna work together, we're gonna open up a nice restaurant, it's gonna be good, all right? So now I'm just like at home and I'm like throwing cookbooks behind the fridge. I like whisper to him at night, I'm like, anyone can cook. go during work. I just leave on Rachel Ray for hours. Gotta learn from the best. It's working pretty good. I came home the other day, spelled out on my counter in rat poop, I need an immersion blender. I don't even know what that is. People say Ratatouille is the best rat movie, but I think it's actually the original tale of rodent redemption, Stuart Little. Yeah, pretty good movie. But I was looking back on the plot on Wikipedia, a bit far-fetched. You're telling me the parents went to the orphanage, looked around the orphanage, adopted the mouse? What those kids look like, you know? How could you not pick my beautiful 17-and-a-half-year-old son? You guys know who wrote the screenplay for Stuart Little? Yeah, Philadelphia's own M. Night Shyamalan. Isn't that crazy? Right? Watch the movie again. Stuart was dead the whole time. Yeah, I work from home. People have been calling it a career lately. I don't like that. They're like, how's your career going? I was like, ooh, I'm in too deep. I've been here too long. But yeah, I don't know. Like we do a lot of like ice breaking at work with like meetings and meeting new people. You always got to share a fun fact, and people are really bad at it. I don't know how hard it is to live a fulfilled life, but my God, this lady today was like, I really like pickles. Followed by, I have 3 lovely children. Prioritize, all right? You just tell us about your kids. I don't want to hear about pickles. This other guy, he's on my team. Every time we have a fun fact, he says the same thing. He's like, I was born 3 months premature. I'm like, dude, you're 40. It's time to come up with something new, all right? Something has had to have happened to you in the last 4 decades to be being a preemie. That's crazy. Play pickleball, something. But you guys ever meet a preemie in the real world? Oh, God. Oh. It's always white people. They're always white. Always white, all right? I think it's because they want to show that one example of when they experience struggle, you know? Like, I was in an incubator for 2 months. Since then, pretty good. Haven't had a single issue in 40 years after that incubator.